Hi, so this week I'm talking about a new name I've discovered. Iva Jurakovic, she's a researcher at the University of New South Wales in workplace design. And she's been commenting, and it's been repeated many times across social media who picked up on it, about the demand to return to the office. And one of the things that sparked her commentary was the KPMG survey that said 64% of global CEOs predict a total return to the office by 2026. And what's worrying, as I mentioned on Monday, is that 87% of the CEOs said they'll reward people who go back to the office with better assignments, pay rises and promotions. And that to me is bullying. Now, yesterday I talked about two of the things that are cited as a need to return to the office, culture and productivity, and both of that is utter rubbish. What Iva is saying, and I agree, and I wrote about this last week too, is that, and I'll read what she said, "This will sound harsh, but I think the desperation to get everyone back in the office is largely to do with money and real estate. And many companies have invested in real estate because impressions matter." That's my belief. And I talked last week about ANZ, one of the big four banks in Australia, who has a massive campus in an area called Docklands that cost 750 million when it was completed back in 2009. It's the largest single tenanted commercial property in Australia. It's going to look pretty bad, isn't it, to shareholders and even other companies if the property goes unoccupied, because the big offices, the big numbers, the big dollars are a sign of importance, and it's part of a hierarchy of the successful CEO. So of course people want people back in the office. And I wrote about this in 2021, and I said it's about ego and protection. That the idea that the size is an indication of your success. And if people stop going into these buildings, they become tarnished, they're not shiny, they're new and shiny anymore. And this is also reflected in these companies that are demanding a return. Google has 200 million square feet at Googleplex. Apple has the 165 billion spaceship at Apple Park. Goldman Sachs wants people to return to the 749-foot tall 44-storey building at 200 West State Street. These were a sign of success. These were like the shiny towers that said, you know, we're Google, we're Amazon, we're ANZ, we're Apple. And one of the things commentator Ed Citron says is that, you know, when you don't have that real estate, when you don't have that sort of head count and you remove the physical office, what is that badge? What is that sign of success?